Hi YouTubers and gamers, and I'm back, and today it's quite a special episode. Instead of doing the usual typical pickups, which could be across all systems, I've decided to put together all of my Saturn pickups I've done for the past couple of months. Yeah, so pretty much my Saturn collection is complete. There's a couple more backup copies, reproductions of the games I've already owned, which I want to get just to play with, so I don't touch original because they're quite valuable. But apart from that, I'm pretty much complete with my Saturn collection, and I will show maybe next video or one after start to show you my complete Saturn collection. But for today, I'm going to focus on the Saturn pickups, and to mark the episode, I've got my Sega Saturn controller t-shirt and some Sega hat and a Sega sweatshirt, even though they're more Genesis design. But before I do that, let's do the game. Now, I've had to do a Saturn game, so for name of game, I've changed the two words to something that's very similar. So it says Grave Robber. Now, it's going to be so easy, most people will get this straight away. The only other clue I would give is that this game originally came out on a Saturn, even though most people associate it with a PlayStation, so you definitely get it now. But just leave answers in the comments. I expect everyone to get this right because it's so easy. Okay. Up there. Okay. First of all, I have a Saturn accessory, and if I show this to you, can you guess what it is? No? How about if I did... I mean, it says movie card, but what's a movie card on a Saturn? Hey? Well, if you own a Saturn, you may wonder what... there's a little port out the back of it, and you may wonder what that's for. And that little slot is for you can put a module or a movie card into it, which allows you, the Saturn, to play video CDs, which was a predecessor of a DVD, I suppose, one of the many. It's a bit useless really, because I think I've got one video CD, which is a Carly No Greatest Hits one type thing, which I got when I was over there years ago, which came with the album at the time when I was out there travelling. But anyway, to get a boxed video card, original first party Sega one, it's really hard. Even a loose video card, the Sega ones, you're looking at least 60 quid. So I've got the third party boxed one here, which was 30 quid in clean delivery, which is quite a good price really. I don't think I'll ever put it in my Sega machine, to be perfectly honest, but it's a nice little box accessory all the same. A bit of a gaming history, so to speak. Alright, let's turn to games. I've got one power release, and that's for King of Fighters 95. There were several King of Fighters games came out in Japan, but I just thought I'll get the power one, which is a King of Fighters 95. This one, the Japanese version, this comes with a 4MB RAM cartridge, but this one doesn't, so this must play a bit slower, I imagine, compared to the Japanese version. Although, if I play this on my Saturn with a 4MB card, would it be better? I should think should be a little bit better, it should be, I would have thought. Yeah, I've got this, I think that's about £20 off eBay. A bad price really. It's funny with Saturn games, some are still reasonably priced, some are really expensive, it's just weird. Okay, rest of the game are Japanese imports. So, first of all, I have the original Dead or Alive. This wasn't a lot of money, I think this was just over £10 delivered from Japan. This game, it's a kind of cutie type platforming action adventure stroke shooter. It's got a lot of video snippets and inserts which you can really a bit, if you can skip it it'll be better. But it is Galaxy 4-line Una 3 Lightning Angel. Quite a mouthful really, isn't it? But on the videos, I've done a bit of research looking at various people's collection videos and the Mustang Saturn, and this is quite a nicely presented, really good graphics game. So, not a lot of money. I think I got about 13 quid or something from Japan. obviously the language is Japanese, but so it's a bit like a Japanese RPG with action part elements as well. Yeah, so it's an unusual one, bit of everything, that game. It's based on that anime as well. Okay, this one, I think I showed a PS3 version of this before. It is the Sega Saturn copy of Street Fighter World Battle on film. I think this was about 20 from Japan. Again, on the PlayStation, that game was really expensive, especially the original PAL copy. Okay. Didn't come out in the West, I believe. Dragon Force 2. So yeah, Japanese copy. Obviously, it plays in Japanese, but there are ways around it. Getting a language issue, which you can obviously, in a previous. I don't know if I. Yeah, you can get a repo version, of course. Another game which I got because it's like a mech stroke flying stroke battle type game based on the anime Macross is Super Dimension Fortress Macross. Again, it's about a tenner. I think some of these games are really cheap because of the language issue in Japan, so yeah. If they were all in English, these games will be a lot more expensive, I'm sure. And I showed the Dragon Force 2, and here I've got the original Dragon Force, which comes in a nice CD presentation case. I think this is a bit more. I think it's about 15-20 again. Okay. In the West, I think this was called Darkstalkers, part of the Darkstalkers IP. Vampire Hunter, a single disc Saturn game. Really nice fighting game, and obviously you have to have Vampire Savior 2, which is one that comes with a 4MB RAM card. I think they're about. I think that was about 17, and this was about 30 to 40. I can't remember exactly, but. And also one of the best games on the system you have to have is Super Marvel Super Heroes vs Street Fighter. Again with a 4MB RAM card. Again, that's about a £40 mark, which is not a bad price rate for that particular title. I got a fan translated reproduction in English of this game, and I also got this game on whatever console it came out on, the PlayStation box set as well, I think, and that is Policenauts. And this Saturn game, the packaging is actually in English, which is surprising. The game still plays in Japanese, and it has a really nice art book. So again, this wasn't a lot of money. I think I got this for about £25 delivered. So I might also have it for the collection. Okay, that's all the original games over and done with. I had a splurge on reproductions. Here we are. In this box, it's full of all reproductions. And from this particular seller, and the reason why I got so many reproductions because these games include some of the most expensive shooters out there. Some I already own, which aren't in here, like Radiant Silvergun and Battle Gregor and stuff like that. I've got those. I do own original copies of those and reproductions. But in here, there's quite a few other numerous, less common games which are very expensive. So, to be honest, I think there's about at least 30 odd games in here. And if I bought the originals from Japan, it would have probably cost me not much less than 3,000 quid, to be perfectly honest, which I think is too much money. Really too much money for games. It really is too much money for games. So to get good quality reproductions, I think is the way to go really on some games. I mean, you know, I resent paying more than 50 quid for a game unless it's something I really want. And if it's a Saturn game, I may go as far for 150 for one of my really favourite games. But I've got those like Battle Gregor and Radiant Silvergun, so I'll be reluctant to spend too much money on these games. So to get these games, which were in most cases about £6 each, between £5 and £6 each, bear in mind, is a much better way to go really. Okay, so what have I got? Okay, first of all, I've got a few in a DVD type boxes because these are like reproductions of games that also came in the West. So I have here the classic Gradius, yeah, in the DVD box. A Western PAL copy of this will probably cost you about 70 quid. Fiver. I'd rather have this. I do have the original of this on the PlayStation, so I don't need to have the original on the Saturn, especially when it costs 70 quid, so reproduction will do nicely. I have here the English fan translations of Dragon Force. I've got the original game, which I showed before, and Dragon Force 2. I do own the Japanese version of this game, but I wanted the English fan translation of it as well, Albert Odyssey. So Dragon Force 1 and Albert Odyssey did come to the West, but they're really expensive Saturn games. So I do own the original, I say, Japanese versions, but to have their English repos will do me fine. Right, this next set came out in 5 separate discs in Japan. The PlayStation port came out as a box set, but in Japan they did it as 5 separate discs, and it's Capcom Generations 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now in the West we only got Capcom Generations 1 to 4. The 5 is like it came out as a Street Fighter collection, so it came out as its own separate disc in the West. But in Japan they did it all under the Capcom collection. The seller I got this from, he put them all together as a nice complete set. That was 9 quid for all 5 games. Really great way of going. Individually you probably spend about, I don't know, if you bought all these separately it probably cost you over 150 quid easily. So to pay 9 quid for the games. And I do have Capcom Generations on the PlayStation, original PlayStation. So again, I thought for Saturn, to have Saturn versions, reproductions is the way to go. Okay. Right, these next games are nice jewel case versions, because these are, you know, these are ones that only came out in Japan. So I have here Gun Frontier Arcade Gears, another Western influenced, I say Western as in cowboys and Indian Western type influenced shooter, space shooter. It's not the best games, although the graphics are really nice though. Very expensive game. Again, reproduction is good enough for that, I think, for me. Okay. Image Fight and X Multiply Arcade Gears. So there's 2 games in one. This is where you play as like a, I guess it's a bit like Tarkin in a way. You play as a flying robot type thing that can type shooter. Wolfbane SS. Terra Cresta 3D, as in the name, it's a 3D shooter, sort of first person perspective. Okay, game. Right, this game is really good actually. It is, I think it's done by Rising or whatever, and I don't know if M2 had any weight involvement with it or not. But it is Shiraru or Shenmue, or however you pronounce it. Yeah, really good shooter. Again, the original costs you hundreds. Okay. Okay, game. I don't think it's worth a price. Again, this is going to cost you hundreds. Metal Black. It's an okay shooter. I wouldn't say it was the best one out there. This one's quite a good one to get, I think, if I remember rightly, because I did play these a couple of weeks back. Guardian Force. Okay, this is based on the Salamander games. Salamander Deluxe Pack Plus. Konami shooter. It's okay. I really don't think it's worth the price it goes for though, original. Not the best fighting game. It's groove on fight. Reproduction's good enough for that in my mind. A classic. This is obviously a good one to own. Don Patchy. Okay, the Gradius Deluxe Pack. And well, I don't need to say any more about Gradius. It's okay, Gradius. It's not the best shooter, I would say, Gradius, even though it's one of the most famous ones. Okay, this game again is really good graphics. Quite expensive game to buy and own. Definitely, reproduction is a good way to gain it. It's Jerichondon time travel shooting. This is a good one as well. It's another one I would like to own originally if I had the money, but again it goes for loads of money, so reproduction is good enough for me. Kyukyo Tiger 2 Plus. I'll probably mispronounce that, but there you go. From Don Patchy. This is another good one, Dodon Patchy. Again, classic Atlas. Stroke. I think Cave was involved in that, wasn't it? Cave? It is Cave, isn't it? I'm pretty sure Cave's in there. Pretty sure it is. Okay, another good game. I got the original of this on PlayStation, I believe, a Japanese one version of it on Japanese, and it also came out. I think we're on the Dreamcast. I think in the West we got it. Oh, in Europe, not in Japan. I mean in America. I don't think you got it in America, but in Europe we did. And that is Gunbird. Okay, this is a sort of one of those Kuta Maps. It is Daytona Trimby Yahoo Deluxe Pack. It's okay. I wouldn't say it was worth the original price. Again, Castlevania Symphony of a Night, Akamugio Dracula X on the Saturn. I do own original on the PlayStation. Quite an expensive game and obviously a really good game to own. Okay, okay. Part of the, is it Seiko or Psycho collection, Sengoku Blade. This is a 2-disc one actually. It comes with a second disc that has like a little bit like making of some videos and stuff on it type thing. So again, they're quite a good shooter, side shooter. Okay, out of all the Darius games, this is one. Which one is it? I think it's the second one that's a better one. I think Darius 2 is the better one to get, and you can get this in the West, even though it's very expensive. You know, I think it's about £70 to £100 mark. I thought I'll get the Japanese version because obviously there's the first Darius, which I don't think we got. The second one's really quite a good game. It's worth, I would say it probably is worth that money if you got it, but to be honest, the Japanese versions will do me. Reproductions will do me fine. Alright, this game I do have on the original PlayStation. It is Sonic Wings Special. Again, not easy as the shooters, but still a good one, I would say. Okay, another Seiko or Psycho one with Atlas involved. Soul Divide, another good shooter. Okay, this game is not a shooter, it's more of a cutie platforming game with really cute graphics actually. is called Silhouette Mirage. Silhouette Mirage. So if you like your cute platforming games, check that out. Okay, this last one, yeah, it's definitely Rising. If you like your Battle Garegga, you'll like this. I do have the original on the PlayStation. Not a cheap game on a Saturn, so I've gone for the reproduction, and that is Tsukyo Gurentai. Okay, I've just put a lot of these. You may have noticed I put a little sticker that says Repro. They're just stuck on the outside of the case, so they weren't part of the actual game. But I've just done that because I own quite a lot of original games as well, so I just don't want there to ever to be a confusion between what's original and what's reproduction. And to be honest, I'm not one of these people who'll pass reproduction as original. If it's a repro, I'll say it's a repro. So it's, you know, to be honest, my reason why I got all these repros, even though I know you can play them digitally on emulators, is that I like to experience these on the original hardware, and this is a way to go. If you've got a modded Saturn or an action replay card, this is a way to go, really. And so to get all those games for, like I said, it was like about £3,000 worth of games if I got original, but I got reproductions, and they gave me a good discount. The seller did on Etsy, and so there was about about 154 of those. So I'm quite pleased to pay that price over £3,000 any time in a day, really. And so what I will do is I'll show you some collection videos covering all my Saturns, original games and reproductions, and yeah, I think if I may say so myself, I think I've really got quite a nice collection now of Saturn games, really. And I said, apart from a couple more repos which I'm getting as backups, I'm getting up. I'm gonna get what is it? I'm gonna get I've got the original PAL copy of Deep Fears. I'm going to a reproduction copy of that, so I can use that disc to play with. So I don't touch the original, because again, that's a really expensive game. And of course, Panzer Dragoon Saga. I'm going to get a reproduction of that as well done, so I don't need to touch the original, because again, I don't want to keep taking it out of the boxes and messing it around and do any damage to originals on those. So I've just reproductions a nice way of playing those otherwise less very precious games, really. But yeah, that's it really, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like Saturn, you would have done, I'm sure. If you don't, sorry. But have a go again on that game if you haven't already guessed what game it is. It's not that hard. Grave Robber. What is that? Also, what could you turn those words into to be a similar sounding name? It's easy peasy, really. So until next time, guys,